Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we want to talk about something.
We just like looked at each other. It was funny.
Oh,
my name's Carla.
And I'm Daniel, and we're the Euros.
Welcome.
Hi. So we want to talk about something today that's it's kind of sad, to be honest.
Yeah, well.
But we want to talk about disability in marriage, which is something that we are experiencing. My wife, Carla, is married to me, and I am the disabled one. Unfortunately, I have a few health conditions due to COVID last year. I wish it was just respiratory issues, but it is not. I am unfortunately in kidney failure. COVID shut down my kidneys back in February of 2021. Not only that, but I am dealing with an issue of hypotension.
Yes.
My blood pressure is severely low. Do you want to get the numbers?
I mean, for those of you who know, like your blood pressure is supposed to be 120 over 80,
That's
and
like
Daniel,
top notch.
His blood pressure is doing much better now, so nobody get worried. But there was times when his blood pressure was legit like 70 over 60 or 60s over 50s. Like it wasn't good.
Really low.
So gave us quite the scare. But it turned out he kept getting overly dehydrated with the dialysis. It was just pulling too much fluid that his body actually did need. So it's been hard. Dialysis is all about finding an equilibrium in the fluid of your body. So
Yes.
It's been, the last couple of months have been really hard.
It's been hard, especially as a husband, because before I got sick, I've always been the type, especially since my my father was a man who how do I say this? He treated my mother. He passed a few years ago in 2016, 17?
16.
In 2016. And sorry, I love my father. It's just that my brain was bad after COVID. But he passed, and he always treated my mother like a queen. And that was translated over to me. He taught me, you it's not just opening the door. It's not just, covering the bill when you guys are dating. And it's not just making sure they're protected, the hand on the small of the back, the guiding through a crowd. It's you protect, what you love. And I took that, and I've always been that way, especially with my wife. And it was really hard getting to a point where I was bedridden for months, and then from the bed to a wheelchair, and I couldn't walk. I was in the wheelchair for a very long time, and then to a walker, and then from the walker, which I was there for a while, to a brace, and then from the brace, which I was there for a while, to then walking. My wife took on such a burden in the home that it broke my heart, to have to see her be the one to go and check the doors at night, make sure that everything is locked and the lights are off, to let the dog out in the middle of the night, to go and turn off the lights, and to see her being the one to drive, mainly because I was afraid for my life. She can't drive for anything. It sucks.
I'm not even offended at that.
Yeah, no, she sucks, and it's terrible. But it was hard while I was sick. So what I do have to do, especially in a season of a disability for me, when I have the strength, take full advantage of it.
That's
like
good.
Today, she worked late today. It felt like at 8 o'clock, and I'm in the shower just scrubbing away. Scrubbing. Smell
I came out the room and I was like,
everywhere.
No, yeah, I came out my office and I'm like, who is out here bleaching the house at 8 p.m.? But it's true. It's like he really has to take advantage of this strength.
I had the energy, so I did it.
And we really want to talk about this because I feel like we were saying, like marriage is so downplayed nowadays, and people, I'm just gonna be honest, people are so selfish.
Dang, it's facts though.
It's facts though. So listen, we talk about this all the time. Like we say we named our podcast Convos with the Euros because our conversations in the car,
They're candid.
they be lit. Like but for real, like
Send help.
Like people have gotten so selfish, and I feel like this whole situation, if anything, I've had to become selfless. If anything, I think a situation like ours, when one of the spouses is now disabled and the other one is the caretaker, the breadwinner, the finance manager, which, to be super honest, I've had to take on all of those things so that Daniel can take on
a health
full-time taking care of himself.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to work, and which is totally fine to me. Like my
joy.
And we're so candid.
That was a
about
big deal for me. A big deal for me because I mean, again, we're being candid.
The vows that you made in the altar, I'm like, did you mean anything you said? That's the moment that's a moment like this. It's when that's gonna come. You know what I mean?
It really matters at this point in your life.
Did it make any sense? But like, I feel like this is the moment when that's really gonna come to the forefront.
Yes, in crisis.
Yeah, what's really in your heart, and really, can you put someone else above yourself? Because quite honestly, I had to drive an hour and a half both ways, like to go and come home when he was hospitalized, and I was there virtually every day for 2 months. No lie. And it was I cried on the way to the hospital. I cried on the way home. I cried myself to sleep.
And it wasn't an easy drive either. It was in heavy traffic and on the highway.
Yeah,
and like I mentioned earlier, I know it's funny, but she really isn't the best driver.
And walking out when things get hard, I don't care what LaQuisha JKK is telling you to do. Like, walking out when something is hard is not going to make you feel better.
No.
And I will caveat this by saying, because we're really centering our what we're saying today around marriage.
Yeah.
If you're in a marriage where you're not being treated right in the sense of abuse, infidelity, and things like that, we're not condoning that those things are okay. So like that's our caveat. Like, that is not what we're talking about.
Nope.
But we're talking about like when things get hard, because there is no marriage out there that's not going to face hardship. That doesn't make the bad things are the bad things, right? Abuse is abuse. Yelling, hitting, abuse. Like, we shouldn't even have to say that. But we're talking about is like a marriage that maybe you started out strong and things got hard. You know, you have
financial hardships are coming in.
Yeah.
For those that are older, your parents are getting sick now, and now you have to take care of your parents. That puts a strain on a marriage.
It's heavy stuff.
I mean, it happens all the time. Like,
I'm a nurse. I make okay money, and I came into the marriage and I was like, this is not my money.
I was like, I'm retiring.
Money. Yeah, like we don't what? I didn't even catch it. Did I say and exactly? Did I say that?
Yeah, you said yeah. Just straight up agreed.
Like, even our cars, like my car, I'm gonna say my car and you'll see why in a second. My car is the Jeep and his car is the truck.
Yeah.
We don't call them my car and your car. Like, I don't even like doing that.
The Jeep or the truck.
It's the Jeep or the truck. You know, it's our cars.
Yeah.
And of course,
except the
marriage,
dog. The dog is mine.
Get out of here. No,
that's our baby.
Yes, that's his dog, but Zeus, he's my son.
Come, big boy.
Boy. His mama's baby.
This is Zeus. That might be weird.
Obviously, he goes places without me.
I do, but she's my friend. There's a lot of people that don't get my inside jokes.
Best friend.
My best.
I mean, when you get married too, like, your families are the people like you love most in the world, but like you become your own home.
Yes.
And it's like we are just best friends. Are there days where we want to literally like go at it? Yes, and we do go at it for days.
It's exhausting. It's
like we've gotten to a point of friendship where like we fight hard. Like I'm just ready to throw a chair across the room. Might have done it. It's possible. But then, 2 hours later, we're like best friends again. It's like, why did we just waste all that time and energy?
Yeah.
Like we've learned the art of like, let it go.
We'll end off with that. It's not two halves becoming whole, because you are the half, or you are whole, and then you're coming together with another whole person, and you guys become one with Christ.
Yeah. We'll see you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Down below.
And our podcast is linked down below if you want to listen to more talks like this. This is not our podcast, but it can be an episode of the podcast. Probably will be an episode on the podcast.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.